Welcome back, Jet fans. Jet Therapy here. Going to break down this Chargers game on Monday Night Football. What is this? Primetime game number 3, Dan? 2,
Yeah.
3, 3?
Yep.
Primetime game number 3. Halfway through our primetime games this season. So we're going to the Chargers. Chargers are coming to us. Excuse me. Chargers coming to us.
Yep.
Feeling good.
All of that is correct. Yeah, everybody, we're hosting the Chargers. A lot needs to happen. We'll get into it, but this is kind of this is an interesting game because I feel like it's very different from the previous games that we have played, where it's just like I don't think good defense is going to cut it. This Chargers offense knows how to score points. We talked about this in our last video, and you're not going to win this game 13-10.
No.
14-10.
No.
17-14. Like, this is going to be a game where you have to put up points.
We're gonna have to score 20 plus.
And
20 plus.
I think our defense is still going to hold their own. I think they're still going to do well. We know that we start a little slow on the defensive side of the ball, but this is going to be a game where it's almost kind of like it's kind of like a Chiefs type of game, but hopefully more, because the Chargers have the 32nd ranked defense when it comes to yards per game. So hopefully this is one of those breakout games for Zach where
offense,
best case scenario. Best case scenario is you're playing the Chargers. They have a terrible defense when it comes to the passing defense, and Zach completely breaks out and he has the ability to put up 320 yards and he throws for 2 to 3 touchdowns and he maybe has a pick and Breece Hall runs for it's just hopefully this is a game where everything comes together.
Yeah.
But this could easily not be that because this is we haven't seen kind of the Chiefs game, kind of the Broncos game, but we haven't seen this Jets offense click. We haven't seen them truly turn it on. The only thing we have to hang our hat on is the Chiefs game that we scored 20 points. And it's oh my God, Zach Wilson was a stud. Actually, that was an average game for a quarterback.
It was.
A middle tier quarterback. So hopefully we're able to piece some things together where, we're able to attack this Chargers defense because that's what you're going to need to do. I think that you have to at minimum score 23 points to win this game.
Agreed.
I think that Justin Herbert knows how to score points, knows how to move the ball, even on a good defense. So hopefully we're able to do it.
Yeah. I mean, you said it right, dude. And it's funny that you say that. I was thinking this, I knew we were getting together tonight. So defense is not going to quit it, or not going to cut it. Right. We're probably going to be in every game because of our defense. That's fine. But we're not going to win every game because of our defense. And I think we've seen that this year. Games that we haven't won because of our defense. Patriots game. Our defense did more than enough. Offense was Giants game we won luckily, but our defense did everything we needed to.
They lost
and the offense just didn't do it. I think just the football gods were we'll give you this one, you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I agree. We haven't seen the offense click from start of a game to a finish of a game. We've seen offense have some really good quarters, have some phenomenal drives, but nothing altogether clicking. And I mean, the offensive line is the biggest question mark for me coming into this one. It's is Tippmann going to be healthy? Is Lakin going to make it?
So they are. They are.
So
I think that came out a few hours ago that Lakin is going to play and Tippmann's going to play.
Well, that's huge then, because I mean
it's ridiculous.
Lakin and Becton are going to lock down that left side, hopefully. Huh?
The only question mark is right guard of who's going to be there.
Because Tippmann's going to play center, I would imagine.
That's the question.
Yeah,
does Tippmann play right guard or play center? And do you see Newman at right guard? Do you see Billy Turner over there? Who knows? Did
Newman do enough to lock down that center spot? We won the game, right? And is Tippmann better at guard than he is at center, or is this Tippmann's breakout game at center? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. We got till Monday night, but I'm not as scared about that Chargers defense as other defenses we played this year.
No.
And I mean, I'm not. Maybe again, this is another game. It's like cautiously or overly confident. I don't feel like I fear the Chargers like I did this offseason, right? Like they've in the past few years, they've been, I mean, not to say they're not a great team, but like it's a toss up. I
No, I
think,
mean, it really for me, like their coaching staff stinks.
yeah.
Like I was watching an interview with their head coach. What is his name? God, I forget his
Is
name.
he a younger guy?
Yeah, I mean he's a little younger and he's new to the head coaching position.
Okay.
This might be his first bout. But I was watching an interview with him. Like he came off as like arrogant,
Yeah.
like unprepared, just just
Just
like
not
like
real.
when you see Salah in his press conferences, you almost feel like he's like friends with all of the
Yeah.
reporters.
Yeah. He's, yeah.
You know, the
Very
way that he answers
charismatic.
questions, even what was that? What'd you say?
I said very charismatic, like
Oh,
Salah
charismatic. Yeah,
is.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Like you almost feel like literally like there's no bad blood. Like watching that dude answer questions was like it was like watching a divorced couple try to like go through mediation. It was like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
you're gonna say this, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna come back at you. I want this, you want
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. So it was just I don't like him as a head coach. I don't think that he has the team behind him. So it's kind of like one of those situations where it's like, is the team good enough to win despite the head coach? And
Yeah.
my God, do we know that with Adam Gase? So it's going to be one of those things where if Herbert balls out, well, that's going to be a good game. But
Could
there's
be.
also a chance of us potentially winning this game by 10 to 14 points. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's kind of one of those things where it could go either way. It could go
Good.
either way.
Our defense has not allowed a 300-yard passer in something like 24, 25 games, something
Yeah.
like that, which is
Yeah.
unreal.
Unreal.
Our special
Austin Eckler
teams,
is the question.
special teams seems to be clicking. So it really is, man. And it's like a time loop. This offense just can't figure it out. So maybe this is the game. Hopefully this is the breakout game. So what do you got? What do you think we need to do to win the game? What do you think to defeat the Chargers? What do we got to do?
I'm just gonna go with balance.
Okay.
I don't think that this is one of those games where I mean, even though I just talked about Zach, like we don't need Zach to throw for 350 yards.
No.
We don't, and we never have. Like, I think we need to still kind of rest on our laurels a little bit when it comes to what we do best. And that's defense, special teams, and running the ball.
Yeah, I agree.
Would I love to see a Zach Wilson breakout game? Of course. Who wouldn't? What Jet fan wouldn't?
Yeah.
But is that realistic? Probably not based off of what we've seen. His best game where we saw him dicing the defense up versus the Chiefs, he threw for, what was that, 250 yards or something
Something
like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Check me on that one. So, like, if that's the best we're going to see, then obviously it's not going to be a Zach Wilson breakout game. And we have not, up until this point, seen this offense be as productive as we've wanted them to be. So I think that we still are going to have to defense, special teams, Breece Hall.
Yeah.
Those are going to be that's a lot of keys to success. But like, I think that is our keys to success. I still want Breece to run for 140, 150 yards and have a touchdown or two.
All right.
And Zach just to continue to do his thing. I would love to see him have a big pass every now and then, but it's just not necessary when you have this type of defense. So
I agree. Mine is offense as well. It's like, but as much as I want us to run the ball, I know Lazard is questionable. I think hamstring possibly or something like that. So I don't know. But he's got till Monday, so I'm not too worried about that. But I want to see a Garrett Wilson hasn't really had a breakout game, so to speak. I mean, he's had some flashy catches and some clutch moments, but like never has he dominated or has he been the reason we've won, right? Like we've had Breece be like, Breece Hall is the reason we've won a few games this year. I want to see Garrett Wilson break out, and I think that starts with Zach. It starts obviously with the offensive line, but then starts with Zach highlighting, or at least trying to figure out, get the ball to him. Now again, defenses are going to queue up on him. He's our star wide receiver. But
I
I
think
still
there's
want to see
twice as
him.
many targets of anyone else on our offense.
Yeah, and he
But
probably,
like defenses know that, like you're
yeah.
saying.
So I want to see him kind of come away with more of the 50-50 balls, and get some things thrown to him, and really see a big game from G-Dub this weekend. So
Yep. Yep. And when it comes to stumbling blocks and reasons why I feel like we're probably going to falter, I mean, it's going to be just the defense starts so, in my eyes, the defense starts so
yeah,
slow, we can't come back from it. Now, we have proven versus the Chiefs that we can put ourselves in a huge hole, 17-0,
yeah.
and we can still come back from it. So, like, it's tough to
Proven
say,
we're
like,
the best second half defense in the league.
oh yeah, 100%. I think we've let
You
up one
can't
touchdown.
2 touchdowns, I think 2. Broncos and Eagles. Is that right? No. Giants, Broncos, and Giants. I don't know. I think only 2.
The Giants had one, yes, because
only
Danny
2.
DeVito ran it in. But anywho, yes, I think it's just the defense maybe not establishing themselves early and kind of missing or kind of giving up that lead that you just can't come back from.
Yeah.
Because again, this offense, despite what we saw in the last 30 seconds of the Giants game, they don't move the ball quickly. It's a very slow, a very drawn out, and do I think they can move it quickly? Because Zach does have a huge arm. Of course I do. But is Hackett and the offense going to allow that to happen? I don't know, because truly Garrett Wilson's like our only guy. It's
do we think we
so
see
frightening to think Garrett Wilson like tearing his ACL.
do we think we see an emphasis on like a 2-minute drill style offense? Because like, I gotta say,
huddle would be
I feel like
amazing.
that's where Zach thrives. I really do. I think he thrives,
dude. It is
on the quick
tempo. We know when Zach Wilson thinks, bad things happen. So up tempo, no huddle, get the ball out of your hand, play action, throw it downfield. Like, can we see a game where you're at least trying to do that?
Yeah.
Get it to Breece Hall in open space, like all of those fun things. So
to me, that would be the game plan. Quick offense, get it going.
It could go either way. Well, hit me with your prediction, man. Well, I mean, what do you actually think the Jets are able to come out with this game?
I don't know, man. Either way, either one. I've been bouncing around, optimistic, pessimistic. I still say we hold. This Chargers offense is pretty good, but they're pretty beat up. I know they still got Keenan Allen, but they're missing a few wide receivers.
Yeah, they are.
So it's a tough one. I think this is a 24-21 Jets pull it out. That's my prediction, 24-21. And I hope Garrett Wilson gets at least 1 touchdown. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm thinking now. I'm thinking fairly, I don't know, it's 20 points each is fairly high scoring, right? I don't know, but
sure. Yeah.
That's
be over the over under. So
yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, I like it. I'm gonna not say that as much as I am obviously Jet fan, and I hope for a win. I want them to win. I want them to do amazing. I want Zach to do things. I mean, I'm gonna go. I just, based off of what I've seen this year, I just can't say that, like, because of how easily the Chargers, I feel like, can score points.
I agree.
Just don't know if I can see them pulling this one out. Like, I see the Jets losing, going 4-4. It's going to be a close game. But I see them losing like 27-24.
I can see that.
Something like that. Or even like a 27-20.
We're on a 3-game win streak. It feels like a game that we could lose. You know what I mean?
We're both Jet fans. We've been Jet fans our whole lives. I know the feelings I have throughout a season. And the feeling that I feel like I'm going to have is 4-4. Yeah. Hey, we're still 4-4. We're still looking okay. And we have the Raiders next week. And then we beat the Raiders and we go to 5-4. So, like, that's kind of how I feel, that we're going to be 5-4 after the Raiders, not 6-3 after the Raiders. So, like,
man, 5-3.
That's just like
5-3 Tuesday morning sounds so god damn good though, doesn't it, Dan?
Make that work day a little better. Oh,
On election day Tuesday, by the way, I don't have to work on Tuesday.
you don't? I do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I don't have to work on Tuesday.
That dang school system up here.
Yard
Man.
work, baby. Yard work day.
I love it. I love it. All right, man. Well, we'll have to see what happens. We'll obviously get together after the game to talk about what happened and give our 2 cents about what happened. But I think we're both optimistic to a point where we think it's going to be a close
cautiously
game.
Optimistic.
Yeah, cautiously optimistic. We need to change the podcast name to cautiously optimistic. Truly,
I'd like that. We could do it.
Yeah,
we'd have to get a new intro. It'd be messy.
Yeah, we already paid that one guy, so I can't do that.
All right, dude.
Yep.
Thanks again, everybody. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. JETS.
Jets. See y'all later.